Hello everyone, hope you all are good and hope that you have studied previous lectures properly. We are going to continue with the same chapter, chapter 8, Journal Proper from part 2. Yes, the previous two lectures were also about this chapter and today probably is the last lecture and we are going to complete this chapter. Yes. So first of all, let us quickly revise whatever we have done so far. Yes, in the very first lecture of chapter 8, Journal Proper, I gave you the introduction about Journal Proper. I have explained its meaning. We have understood what is its specimen and the related important points. Yeah. Thereafter, we have understood a bit of theory, and on the basis of those theory concepts, we have solved illustration 1 and illustration 2. Yes, the sums from exercise, that is sum number 5, yes, is similar to illustration 1 and sum number 6 is similar to illustration 2. Yes, let me just confirm. No, sum number 6 is somewhat similar to illustration 2, but it is a mixture of other topics also. So, sum number 6 I will be teaching you right now. And of course, question 4, the opening entries that I told you, yes, to write down. So, I hope you have written it. And of course, cash and bank balance वो आप इसमें नहीं record करेंगे, वो cash book में record किया जाता है. Other items you will be recording the journal entry in Journal Proper. Yeah, so the very first topic that we are going to start with today is adjustment entries. The topic is given on page number 197. The topic is adjustment entries. I will be writing the concept here. The specimen of Journal Proper is ready to solve the illustrations and sums. Yes. So, it is ready in advance. So, explanation I will be writing here. I will erase the same and then we will be writing journal entries for respective illustrations and sums. Yeah. So, the first topic that we want to start today is of adjustment entries. Okay. Prior to this, we have understood closing entries, and the new words that we learned was trading account and profit and loss account. And if I am not wrong, I mentioned that these are the accounts prepared at the time of preparation of annual accounts. Annual accounts is a chapter in part 2, chapter 5. Yes, in standard 11 itself. Yes. Again, adjustment entries is an important topic, again related to annual accounts. Yes. So, closing entries is also related to the preparation of annual accounts, adjustment entries also. So, let us go in detail on page number 197. At the end of every accounting year, entries are to be passed for certain adjustments, so that the true performance and the true financial position of business can be known. Example, closing stock, unpaid expenses, incomes not received, depreciation, etc. A detailed explanation of such adjustment entries is given in the chapter on final accounts. Final accounts is annual accounts. Yes, I already said this, that there is a chapter in part 2 about annual accounts, which is also known as final accounts. Example they have given for explanation. At the end of the accounting year, there is closing stock of rupees 20,000. Salary rupees 5,000 unpaid. 400 is accrued for interest and depreciation 500 on machinery is to be written off. So, the first item is of closing stock. Yeah. Closing stock, this is the stock of goods. Which remain unsold at the end of accounting year. We have understood this definition in chapter 1 of closing stock. Yes? Now an adjustment entry for this. Yeah? It is to be written in trading account. Yeah? So the adjustment entry for that is given. Closing stock account debit to trading account 20,000 rupees. Being adjustment entry for closing stock of rupees 20,000. See, this is again related to goods. Yes, and hence is to be transferred to, is to be written and recorded in trading account. Next one is salary of rupees 5,000 is unpaid. Now this is interesting to understand. You have to write down adjustment entry for unpaid salary. First of all, salary is your expense. Unpaid salary is a liability, isn't it? Yeah? Salary is your expense and hence expenses are all having debit balance. Unpaid salary is a liability. Liability is always having credit balance. Yeah? So the the adjustment entry for this is salary account debit to unpaid salary account. Salary is an expense, unpaid salary is a liability. This is the adjustment entry for unpaid salary. Yeah? This is how you write adjustment entries. Unpaid salary is a liability, so it will be credited. Liability when paid, it is a salary. तो आप पे कर देंगे तो वो एक आपका expense ही होगा. This way it is the adjustment entry for unpaid salary. Then rupees 400 accrued for interest. मतलब इंटरेस्ट के 400 रुपीस आपको मिलने वाले हैं. Now this is receivable income. Just the way unpaid salary is outstanding expense, accrued interest is receivable income or outstanding income. तो वो आपका asset है. Outstanding expense आपका liability, outstanding income आपका asset. Asset is always debited. So adjustment entry. Interest accrued account debit मतलब जो interest मिलने वाला है to interest account. मिलेगा मतलब वो income ही है, ये मिलने वाला है. When received becomes an income. Incomes are credited as per the rule of nominal account. Next is depreciation of 500 on machine to be written off. This is interesting. Depreciation you've heard about this word that it is a non-cash expense. In chapter 1, the definition I have explained about depreciation. Depreciation is non-cash expense, if you remember, but it is expense, yeah. So expense is always debited and the depreciation is on machine. Machine is an asset and with depreciation the value of machine reduces, yes. So machine account is credited because the value of an asset decreases. Whenever the value of an asset decreases, it is to be credited. The fixed asset I am talking about. If it increases, then it is to be debited. So with this we have completed understanding the topic of adjustment entries. Let me see if we are having a sum of similar kind. Oh, I think adjustment entries are included in question 6 of your exercise. So that's well and good. हम उसको तभी solve कर देंगे उस question के साथ. Next, the topic that you have is rectification of errors. Rectification of errors is also a separate chapter in part 2 in your textbook. Yeah. The very first chapter in part 2 of accountancy standard 11th is rectification of errors. वो पूरा chapter ही इस topic पे है. Still, just introductory portion of that chapter is included here. So we'll understand the same. Rectification of errors. A rectification entry is written in journal proper to rectify the errors committed while writing the books of accounts. Mistakes are very likely to happen. Yes, गलती सबसे हो जाती है. आपसे हो जाएगी, मुझसे हो जाएगी. So, similarly, the person who is writing the books of accounts, sometimes उनसे भी गलती हो जाती है. Right? तो वो गलती को सुधारने के लिए एक एंट्री पास की जाती है which is known as rectification entry. Yes? Let us read. Entries passed to rectify the errors committed while recording economic transactions are called as rectification of errors. Many transactions take place in a business during an accounting year and are recorded in the books of accounts. There are chances of errors being committed while making such records. Obviously, yes, many transactions are recorded during entire accounting year and there are chances that errors will occur. For certain types of errors, journal entries are to be passed for rectification and such entries for the rectification of error are recorded in the journal proper. तो ये एरर्स को राइट ऑफ करने के लिए जो एंट्रीज लिखी जाती है दोज आर नोन एज रेक्टिफिकेशन एंट्रीज. यस, एंड दिस एंट्रीज आर रिकॉर्डेड इन जर्नल प्रॉपर. ऑलराइट, so yes, you can see a note there that a detailed explanation of such entries for rectification of errors is given in the chapter of errors and rectification, which is the very first chapter in part 2. Yes, they have also given you several examples. Yes, that you will do on your own. For now, let us start with the exercise with the sums which are given in exercise. Yeah, just please excuse me for a minute. Yes, so question 6 we are going to solve and we are going to start. Record the following transactions in journal proper of Rakesh. Yeah, so we have a specimen prepared here, journal proper of Rakesh. The heading we have given journal proper of Rakesh. Sum number 6 we are doing from exercise page number 200. The very first transaction gave goods of rupees 5,000 to Anath Ashram. This can be a charity. Yeah. So, yes, are we provided with date? No. So, the first journal entry, you can write charity, you can also write donation, yes, this is your expense and you have donated what? You have donated goods, yeah, goods of rupees 5,000. All right. So whenever you donate goods, it is to purchase account. Next, distributed goods of rupees 4,000 as free samples. This is similar to illustration 2. So, this is of course advertisement expense. Again, goods goes out. Which type of transactions are this? The one which cannot be recorded in other subsidiary books. Yes, based on this we have solved illustration 2. It is of 4,000. Next, withdrew goods of rupees 8,000 from business for personal use. Goods taken for personal use is always drawings. So, drawings account debit. How much? 8,000. Goods have been withdrawn. So, this is again credited to purchase account. These are the transactions not recorded in other subsidiary books. Yeah? Alright. These are not new, so I have not gone in a detailed explanation for this. Yeah. Next, yeah, on 4th, purchased furniture of rupees 3,000 by giving goods of rupees 2,800. So, what comes in? Furniture, the 4th journal entry. Amount you will be writing of goods. Logic I have explained. While explaining this type of journal entry from illustration, I will repeat my explanation. Goods of rupees 2,800 you have given. Yeah. So, purchase account is credited with this reason. Yeah. Because goods are going out and furniture comes in. Furniture is of rupees 3,000. But you have taken that furniture in exchange of goods worth rupees 2,800. तो अल्टीमेटली इसका ये मीनिंग है कि 3,000 रुपीज़ वाला फर्नीचर जो है वो आपको 2,800 रुपीज़ में मिल गया. या Next, fifth transaction. Goods of rupees 7,000 were destroyed by fire, for which the insurance company accepted a claim of rupees 5,500. Total goods destroyed by fire are of rupees 7,000. So one thing is clear, that purchase account will be credited. Yes, and insurance company has accepted a claim of rupees 5,500. So out of 7,000, 5,500 insurance company will pay. So what is my loss? 1,500. Insurance company first of all will be debited Why? Because insurance company has agreed to pay 5,500. The company will pay 5,500. So insurance company becomes my debtor. Debtors are always debited. Next thing is loss. What is our question? Destroyed by fire. So loss by fire account debit. Loss by fire is how much? 1,500 only. Because out of the total loss, 5,500 is agreed by insurance company to pay. So loss is 1,500. Loss is to be debited as per the rule of nominal account. So loss by fire account debit 1,500. 2. Purchase account. Total goods destroyed by fire. Goods of rupees 7,000. Yeah. Next. An amount of rupees 2,000 is receivable from Nirali, which cannot be received now. Amount of rupees 2,000 receivable from Nirali, now it cannot be received. That means this is bad dates. The transaction is on the 6th transaction. Sorry, there is no mention about date, and I'm like habituated. That's 6th of July, 6th of June, 6th of October. Yeah. Here only number of transactions are given. No date, no year, nothing. So of course this is bad dates. Bad dates account debit. To Nirali account. How much? 2,000. Next, write off depreciation on machinery 800. This is a part of adjustment entry. Yes, depreciation is an expense. You have just understood. To machine account. Alright, how much? 800. Depreciation is an expense, hence debit, and machine, the value of fixed asset reduces, hence machine has been credited. Last transaction of sum number 6. Salary for the month of March is unpaid, rupees 7,800. I think there is nothing to explain. I have just explained the adjustment entry for unpaid salary. Salary is an expense. Salary account debit 7,800 and unpaid salary is a liability. So salary to unpaid salary is the adjustment entry for unpaid salary. We've just understood this journal entry in the topic of adjustment entries that we have understood before starting this sum. Yeah? So with this we have completed sum number 6. You will total this and the sum is over. Yeah? So the next sum that we are starting is sum number 7, which is journal proper of Sri Ekta. Let me clean the board and let me just modify a bit. You can also prepare the specimen in your book by that time so that you can solve the sum with me, right? I will quickly clean this. It is journal proper of Sri Ekta, sum number 7 from exercise. Page number is same, journal proper of Sri, sorry, yeah, okay. The first transaction 2014, 1st of March. Brought furniture of rupees 7,000, goods of rupees 15,000 and machine of rupees 20,000 to start business. This is an opening entry. This is investment and capital. This needs no explanation. So now from this sum I will be explaining the journal entries only which are new. Rest of them there is no need of explaining because it is all common. Scientific calculator and cellular phone of rupees 25,000 purchased from Kamlesh Traders. This is also not new. Fan of rupees 2,500 purchased for household. Again not new. Drew a bill of rupees 8,000 on Namrata which she accepted and returned. This is given in illustration 1. The next one, a bill of rupees 6,000 drawn by Bharat, accepted by us and returned to him. This is also not new. This is given in illustration 1. Then goods have been stolen away. This is again the transaction of insurance company. Will not explain. Yes, I am going to explain the 8th transaction, or I mean the transaction on 8th of March. It says an amount of rupees 8,000 is receivable from Nirav and 8,200 is payable to Nalin. The account of Nalin was settled by Nirav accepting to pay 8,000. Understand the situation, understand the transaction first of all. Yeah. How much is payable to Nalin? 8,200. And how much is receivable from Nirav? 8,000 we are supposed to receive from Nirav. 8,200 we are supposed to pay to Nalin. So the thing is that Nirav will directly pay 8,000 rupees to Nalin to settle the account. Yeah. So finally who's the receiver? 8th of March. Nalin is our creditor and Nirav will pay him directly. So his account is closed. 8,200. Nirav was our debtor. Debtor is always debited and now it is credited because his account is closed. Why? Because Nirav has cleared the payment, directly he has paid to Nalin, but how much? 8,000. So the conclusion of this is that Nalin has given discount to us, or we can say allowance, yeah, of rupees 200. Allowance account 200. You can also call it discount, allowance, it's all right. Yes, let me repeat this transaction. To Nalin, we were supposed to pay 8,200 rupees. That means Nalin was our creditor. Nirav से हमें 8,000 rupees लेने थे. That means Nirav our debtor. Nirav has directly paid to Nalin, and Nalin has accepted rupees 8,000 instead of 8,200. Yes, so 200 rupees is allowance received by us, is our income. Yes, we were supposed to pay 8,200. Instead of that, it is settled for 8,000 within Nalin and Nirav. Yeah, so that's all. Next, 9th of March, cash received from Rajendra for bad debt recovered rupees 2,000. This is not new transaction. Journal proper में ये transaction नहीं हमें दिया गया है illustration में, but obviously while understanding the chapter of journal we have understood this. Yes, so this transaction is on 9th of March. Cash is received. So cash comes in, debit what comes in, cash account debit. How much? 2,000. Bad debt recovered is our income. You cannot write Rajesh. You know the logic. I've explained in chapter 4. Yeah. Next, rupees 300 is payable to Manoj for interest. That means this is outstanding interest. Yeah, this is also adjustment entry, which goes like interest account debit to outstanding interest. This is just similar to unpaid salary. Yes. So interest is our expense because we are supposed to pay to Manoj. So interest account debit to outstanding interest account, the amount of interest that we have not paid yet. Yeah. So with this we have completed sum number 7, and next we are going to start with sum number 8. Let me just write down the journal entry for the transaction on 10th of March, because I think I have explained it very in a hurry. Let me repeat it. Interest is an expense, hence interest account debit is payable to Manoj by us. So this is our liability, and liability is always credited. So to outstanding interest account. All right, respective amount 300 in debit as well as credit. That's all. We have completed sum number 7, and now we are going to start with sum number 8 quickly, and then our chapter is complete. The last sum, because question 9, the last sum from exercise that we have already completed, which was about closing entries. Yeah, it is already done. So question 8 from exercise is the only thing pending, and let us finish it soon, so our chapter comes to an end. Okay, sum number 8, which is really interesting. It is about rectification of errors. Yeah, the explanation that I gave you, the errors committed at the time of writing books of accounts. Yes, to rectify those errors, a journal entry is written in journal proper, which is known as rectification entry. This is really interesting. The first transaction, journal entries in journal proper. We already have a specimen ready here. They have not mentioned about any of the dates. So let us not worry about it. We will just write down the numbers. Okay. First, rupees 700 received from Renuka is recorded in Bhumika's account. 700 is received from Renuka. What is the correct entry? Cash account debit to Renuka account. This is the correct journal entry. पर गलती से रेणुका की जगह पे भूमिका. This was to be done and this is what is done. This is correct, this is incorrect. Yes? So the rectification entry from this. Firstly find out कि error कहाँ हुआ है, डेबिट में या क्रेडिट में. करेक्ट जर्नल एंट्री में डेबिट क्या करना है, कैश. तो यहाँ पे भी कैश ही डेबिट हुआ है, मतलब गलती है यहाँ पे. किसको क्रेडिट करना था, रेणुका को. किसको क्रेडिट कर दिया, भूमिका को. यस. सो सिंपली भूमिका को अगर क्रेडिट नहीं करना था और वो क्रेडिट हो गई है तो उसको कर दीजिए डेबिट, उनका अकाउंट क्लोज, रिवर्स इफेक्ट. और जिसको एक्चुअली क्रेडिट करना है उनको कर देंगे क्रेडिट. So the rectification entry for this transaction will be Bhumika account debit to Renuka's account. Yes, just that simple. Bhumika's account debit $700. All right. Next, rupees 1000 received from Updesh for bad date written off in past, which is credited to Updesh account. Whenever bad date is recovered, what is the entry? Cash account debit to bad date recovered account. ऐसे एंट्री हम लिखते हैं. बट एंट्री कैसे लिख दी है, कैश अकाउंट डेबिट टू उपदेश अकाउंट. I've told you many times bad date recovered is an income. Yes, whenever bad date is recovered, it is to be credited to bad date recovered account and not to the account of the person. तो यहाँ पे वही गलती हुई है. ये जर्नल एंट्री लिखनी थी, ये लिख दी. Again there is mistake in credit. ये क्रेडिट करना था, ये क्रेडिट हो गया. ठीक है, तो ये क्रेडिट हो गया तो इसको डेबिट कर दीजिए, रिवर्स इफेक्ट. तो जो गलती है वो नील हो, मतलब बैलेंस नील हो जाएगा. सो उपदेश अकाउंट डेबिट एंड एक्चुअली क्रेडिट क्या करना है, बैड डेट रिकवर्ड. सो टू बैड डेट recovered account, and that's all. This is the rectification entry. Yes, let us see the amount, 1000. All right. Next, We are left with 3 transactions only. Rupees 800 paid to Sharma is debited to Verma's account. The third transaction, let me clean this. We are supposed to write down the rectification entry, but let us understand the explanation. 800 paid to Sharma. What is the journal entry? Sharma account debit to cash. Yes? This is what we are supposed to do. But instead of Sharma, it is written Verma. This is correct, this is incorrect. We are supposed to write down the rectification entry for this. Where is the mistake? Mistake is in debit. There is no issue in credit. Correct में cash credit करना है तो यहाँ पे भी वही हुआ है, right? किसको debit करना है? Sharma. So Sharma account debit किसको डेबिट नहीं करना था? मिस्टर वर्मा. स्टिल ही इज डेबिटेड, सो द रिवर्स इफेक्ट एंड हिज अकाउंट विल बी क्लोज्ड. तो वो डेबिट हो गए हैं तो अभी उनको क्रेडिट कर दीजिए. व्हाट इज द अमाउंट? 800. Yeah, that's all. Next is 1200 paid for insurance premium is debited to drawings account. Now this is very simple. I am not writing the 2 journal entries correct and incorrect to understand this. It simply says that an amount paid for insurance premium is by mistake debited to drawings account. How much is the amount? Rupees 1200. Yeah. So it was to be debited to insurance premium and is debited to drawings account. Yes. So simply rectification entry is drawings account, sorry, insurance premium account debit to drawings account. Drawings account was debited by mistake, तो उसको क्रेडिट कर दीजिए. और एक्चुअली जिसको डेबिट करना है इट इज इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम. सो इंश्योरेंस प्रीमियम अकाउंट डेबिट टू ड्रॉइंग्स अकाउंट 1200. This is the rectification entry. Yes, you are also having an example on page number 198. Amount paid for salary is debited to office expense. Amount paid for salary is to be debited to salary account and not office expense account. Yes. So office expense account if by mistake has been debited तो उसको credit कर दीजिए, salary को debit कर दीजिए. The same case is here. Yeah. Okay. The last transaction. Old furniture of 6,000 of business sold for rupees 5,800. So you have received rupees 5,800 for sale of furniture. That will be recorded in cash book. But the loss will be recorded in journal proper. So the journal entry for this is loss is to be debited as per the rule of nominal account. Loss on sale of furniture account debit to furniture account. Loss on sale of furniture, 200 rupees. The remaining 5,800 cash that you have received, you will be recording it in cash book. Yes, because cash transactions are recorded in cash book. Loss on sale of furniture is to be recorded in journal proper. Yes. So, furniture which was of rupees 6,000 is sold for rupees 5,800 and 200 loss is recorded in journal proper. So, with this we have completed question 8 and also we have completed chapter 8. Journal proper ends here. Yes. Question 9 next to this is already done in is already done previously. Yeah, the examples for rectification are given on page number 198 that you will practice, and also you will solve the entire exercise again, all the illustrations. You will also repeat the concepts of theory, and you will let me know in case if you have any doubts and difficulties. Yes, the chapter was extremely simple and easy, yeah, and was also very short. Closing entries, adjustment entries, all of them are in detail in the chapter of annual accounts. Yeah, so that's all. Here we end our session. We'll see you in the next lecture with a new chapter. Till then, stay home, stay safe and study well.